I set my last down on the table. I said thank you for your time. I'll see you back here next Wednesday. Bartender's afraid of the I went back home to my one bedroom apartment. But I was drinking and I'll be fine. So lay down the blood and the whiskey. I do it all the time. I don't know how far else to go with me. I'll take you to the end of the night. There's not much else to do now that you're not with me. We're sitting here by myself and pass the time. My guitar and a bottle of Jack Daniels got me through another night. Well, I know I haven't changed much since you last saw me.
Getting set up.
In fact,
Hi, Ronnie.
I think you'd be surprised. So
Oh, man. Apple pie tonight. I think it's getting stronger. All right. Let's get this stuff turned off. Hey, good night. Hello. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars. I'm Johnny Blender, and I'm glad you're here. Ronnie and Lori Owens is joined. Glad to see you guys. I am drinking that Midnight Moonshine apple pie that my good buddy Ronnie and Lori Owens sent to me, and it is awesome. I think it's getting a little stronger, though, Ronnie. I see Raphael Tantilla Benson has joined. I got a little bit for you and a little later in the show, but let me get through the beginning. Got a lot to talk about tonight. This weekend or last weekend, we were at the Port Gibson 3rd Annual Car, Truck, Motorcycle, Jeep show in Port Gibson, put on by the Chamber of Commerce of Port Gibson, and I will tell you it was awesome. I got we got our first plaque for our trophy case for the Fury Dragster. So this was real nice. Wasn't expecting it, but it was really, really nice to get that. They gave that to Lynn during the car show, the judging of the car show. So we were really excited. I was really excited about that. It kind of makes all the work I've done on that car for the last 3 years worth it. Makes me feel good. So I'm happy. I see Charlie Benson has joined. Beth Milburn has joined. Oh, we got a good crowd tonight. So let me get on. While we were there, we stayed at the Kalina Plantation. It was the home of Port Gibson's founder, Samuel Gibson, and it was perfect. It was very peaceful. I don't know if you saw the pictures I had posted of me sitting on the back porch of this, 260-year-old plantation, smoking a cigar, listening to the birds, listening to the water fountain. It was awesome. The car show was pretty crazy. They had a ton of really cool vehicles. The winner, best in show and everything, I believe it was the 1969 Camaro the car was beautiful, leather interior, and they had done an LS engine swap on it. And it was just a beautiful looking, beautiful sound. Everything about the car was gorgeous. It was all top-notch work that the father and son had done on this. I wish I had their names in front of me, but I don't. But it was just absolutely gorgeous. While we were there, I was able to look at some of the high-dollar rat rod chassis and drop Z chassis made by some of the really big companies that charge lots of money for them. And I got to tell you, my Vampire chassis kicked its ass in every way, shape, and form. I really wasn't expecting that. Hey, Wade Cuevas has joined. Suzanne Jones has joined. I was not expecting that. One of the things I do on the front end of our rat rod chassis and our chassis is on the top bar on the drop for where your motor and everything mounts. These companies of these high-dollar chassis that were at this event had 2x3 rectangular tubing that they set to use a top rail. Well, what I do on that is I use 2x4 rectangular tubing, and I pie shape and cut an inch out of that. So I actually step it down from 4 inches in the back to 3 inches in the front, and it gives the chassis a real nice little taper. So yeah, I was amazed. I have always been pretty confident in the chassis that the rat rod chassis, the T-bucket chassis that we build here at Vampire Chassis, but this was the first time I ever really got up close to any of the high dollar chassis that are the exact same type of chassis. And I think one guy said he paid $4,500 for his chassis. And when I looked at it, I just sat back, shook my head, and I marveled at how good my chassis were in comparison with those. So hey, that's further down in the show, but it was just something that I checked out. I enjoyed and made me feel good. We're starting a new thing here on Whiskey Cars and Cigar page. I don't know if anybody noticed it yet or looked at the page. We're doing a car of the week. So I want everybody out there to send me a picture of their car, truck, whatever they got, rat rod, hot rod, anything. And every week we're going to look at all of them, and my lovely wife is going to put out a winner every week. And we will have that on the show. We'll have a little I was going to have some call-ins tonight. I had some people scheduled to call in, but I have left my phones in the shop, and it's raining a little bit, and I really don't feel like going back out there and getting them, especially since the show is already starting. And I would never ask my wife to go out in the rain to get that. So, you know. No, don't worry about it. But we started this, and our first winner, if you've looked at the Whiskey Cars and Cigars page, there is a Gen 3 Camaro called Kryptonite that belongs to Mike Harder from the 405 in Oklahoma. It is a beautiful car, 505 cubic inch engine that him and his father built. The whole car took them 4 years to do it. And I can relate to that with what it took us to build the dragster with 3 floods and a volcano and a tornado. But yeah, so I want to let's see. It's a 1982 Camaro tube chassis, 505 on alcohol. Mike will be getting, and with this, for every car that we pick, Mike will be getting a Vampire Chassis shirt and some other goodies in the mail. So we'll get that out to him probably at the end of the week or the beginning of the week. It's looking pretty busy right now. Now I want everyone to send me your pictures. You can inbox me. You can send them to Johnny Blender at Whiskey Cars and Cigars, whatever you want to do. And we'll look at that. It's a pretty cool. You'll be getting some pretty cool stuff if you win. And yeah, I'm happy with that. What you think?
I think that's a good idea.
Cool. All right. I just got a message from Ken Thibodeau. He is in Bowling Green for the Hot Rod reunion with his lovely wife, Miss Sandy. So I hope they have a great weekend. Let's see. We got some news on the Fury Dragster. It was confirmed for Gulf Coast Fan Fest, October 12th and 13th at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum.
Is that crazy?
That's awesome.
Another massive con.
Another massive one. And we'll be there with Christine, Bill
Yes.
Gibson, Christine, Susan Jones, Mike Jones.
And who else?
Lita Ford.
Yes.
Lita Ford will be there too.
Yeah, we'll be hanging with Lita Ford.
So, yeah, it'll be good. Let's see. The Bowtie Empire. I see my buddy Wade Cuevas is online. Jerem Farrar is on the line. Sandy Thibodeau, you just heard me talk about you from Bowling Green. J.D. Sowers is joined. Christy Murphy Maxwell.
Okay.
You know?
Hey, Christy.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
Christy? Oh, okay. Hey, Christy. My buddy from Picayune, Ronald Famulera. Wish I was there too, Sandy. I wish I was there too. But the Bowtie Empire, C10 Chevy truck show. Man.
Have another sip of that moonshine there, big boy. That'll straighten it out for you.
Mm.
Pass that over here.
Here, you like to try a little of that apple pie moonshine?
Try.
October 3rd. It's a Wednesday. It's the week of Cruising the Coast. Cruising the Coast. Give me another shot of that. Crazy Thing, our buddy at one of our sponsors, Eddie Milburn with Crazy Thing Arts. And I guess Beth is listening, so I guess Beth is one of our sponsors too with Crazy Thing Arts.
Well, she's the boss.
She's the boss. Yeah.
So-
Okay. But yeah, so we're happy about that. But yeah, the Fury Dragster will be there. This is at the week of Cruising the Coast. It's a Wednesday. They've got some really cool trophies that they've got made. It's going to be an awesome event. They've got vendors that are going to be there. We're going to be doing some live broadcasts on the Edge Radio there. It is going to be awesome. The Southern Horror Queen will be there, and we will have more information on that coming up in the weeks to come before October 3rd. Let's see. Also, we got booked for Night Risers Con, October 27th in Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
Yeah, we're it's about right, about mid-year. We're almost through booking October.
Yeah,
that's how we roll.
That's how we roll. Now, this past weekend in Cecil, let me find this, in Cecil County, Cecil Dragway in Maryland, we had the East Coast Fuelers jumped up there and started doing a race. They had a race last weekend. And I'm scrolling down on my notes because I wanted to talk about that real quick because I had just got a update while we were doing the show here on that. So,
You don't have your Periscope on.
I didn't want to do my Periscope on tonight. So let's see. We've got the East Coast Fuelers set this place on fire with friends of the show, Charlie and Rafaela Benson, Jim Cummings. And by the way, the Benson, I don't know what it is, but Rafaela sent me pictures of food. You remember I showed you, what was it, cake and donuts?
Donuts.
Yeah, donuts. They always send pictures of food. It's like, sorry, you're not here. And they'll have 20 people with a donut in their mouth going. So, but Jim Cummings and it was there. And, you know, Rafaela is a fabulous cook and showed up with food from Tantillo Farms Bakery in Gardner, New York, over 100 years old, family bakery, and they grow fruit. I actually broke it down and started looking at their website in the bed and breakfast this weekend or last weekend. And you remember I was showing you, they have fruits, they have vegetables, they have their own farmer markets, and they grow everything.
That's awesome.
So that was pretty cool. I didn't realize that. What's the third? That is the October 3rd is the Bowtie Empire Truck Show.
Oh, okay.
But we did have some good food too. We ate. There were some guys there barbecuing. Deborah is joined from Rosie's. Rosie's. They had awesome barbecue. No, they didn't have sauce on their barbecue. Their ribs were made with a rub, and the rub was awesome. It didn't need sauce. They were tender. They fell off the bone. Unbelievable. So,
you can watch Joshua McCrane's live video from the car show. And
yeah.
The whole thing he's filming me eat. I wouldn't stop eating.
That was funny. You were sitting there eating while he was filming you, and you were eating.
I was eating first.
Yeah. You ate. I tell you, this she may be little, but she can eat. I had some notes on here that I wanted to go over with the Jim Cummins had sent me some information on all the people with the, there it is. Nope, that's not it. I cannot find it. It was all the people that, but anyway, all the people that were at the East Coast Feelers race. Charlie Benson, our buddy, won. He was fast, 6:24.
Wow.
Charlie's just killing them.
Speed it up a little bit, Charlie.
Well, he's actually slowed it down. He was faster. He'd been running faster.
He's pedaling.
So, yeah, he's pedaling a little bit. All right, so I'm going back into my notes. I don't know where that is. Jim Cummins sent it to me a little while ago, but it was everybody I wanted to mention in that. But I will find it as I go back down. But this is a good time to talk about racing fuel, Renegade Racing Fuel. The racers that win, pour it in. It's available here at Vampire Chassis and Performance Metal in Independence, Louisiana. Oh, a fly. Oh, I thought you were telling me to fly. I was like, all right. So we've got plenty of alcohol in stock right now. We'll be stocking on other fuels next week. So yeah, we've been gone. So I'm trying to get everything back in shape and back in order, and we're moving stuff around so we won't have the fuels inside the shop where I'm welding
and smoking cigars.
And smoking cigars. So it'll be in our office, our old office shed behind the building. I wanted to let everybody know also that if you are following the Johnny Blender Show page, I've got the Whiskey Cars and Cigars page that you're watching right now, and I've got the Johnny Blender Show. Dale Burrell said he was sorry he missed us both at Port Gibson. He was feeling bad, and you were close to Raymond. Yes, we were close to Raymond. Yes. That was up by Windsor.
You're thinking Rodney.
Rodney, Wilmer, Raymond. Yeah.
Rodney's like crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm going to go back.
Yeah, we are going to go back.
Yes.
Charlie Benson, thank you for tuning in. 648-209. You know, he didn't let it go.
Quit pedaling, Charlie. Come on now.
And East Coast Fuelers, Jim Cummins is telling me the air was heavy. Kim Moranto is joined in. Jerm Farah, my brother. Hey, cheers. Of course, brother. You know, I listen to y'all's show, and that's one of the shows that we have playing here on the Edge Radio is Real Pop Culture. Those guys are hysterical. It's a good show. I'm running it on Monday nights at 7 and 8 o'clock. I have their new show at 7 o'clock, and then I have last week's show at 8 o'clock. So if you missed anything last week, you can hear what's going on this week, but then you can sit back and listen to it. And we had a real good turnout this week. They were listening to in 12 countries. 12 countries. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
Hey Germ, who was doing the Diet Dr. Pepper dude's voice?
That was Klingon. That was Mark. I could tell when he did that. That was Mark.
He was right on it too.
Sweet. But yeah, so anyway, back to what I was saying. If you have the Johnny Blender Show, go ahead and like the Whiskey Cars and Cigars page because I'm going to be taking the Johnny Blender Show down just because I've got too many pages that I have to administer right now. So if I can merge a couple of them, and they won't let me blend that or merge it or something like that. So I'm just telling everybody, if you like that page, like Whiskey Cars and Cigars, because I'm just going to pull that one down and bookmark that one. And leave me some damn reviews. I mean, somebody on the Whiskey Cars and Cigar page, I need some reviews. Who's that? Jaron Ferry. Yeah, Mark. I knew it was Mark. I could tell in that raspy voice of his. Sweet. I knew it was Mark.
That was awesome.
That was funny. Let's see. I want to give a big shout out also to 8-year-old Waylon Vining.
Oh, my boy.
Waylon Vining is one of our little buddies that his dad races a big old sprint car, and Waylon has a sprint cart. And Waylon this is his second season, 4 races into his second season, and he is awesome. He's killing it.
He's the man.
Listen to this. 2 weeks ago, Waylon was racing. He lapped the track and was going around on cars again. And his dad said he kept looking out there, and Waylon had his hand on the dashboard of the cart, but he was still driving. He said the car was making all kind of popping noises and stuff like that. This kid's 8 years old. Waylon comes in after the heat race, and his dad asked him, he said, "What were you doing with your hand on the race?" He said, "After we started the throttle pedal stuck, and when I went into the corners, I was turning the engine off. 8 years old has thought of this. And he would turn it back on when he got the straightaway. So last weekend, since he lapped the track the week before, they made Waylon start dead last in the feature race. So in one lap, he was in second place, and then he won the feature race, but he won the feature race by being dead last where they started him. So awesome. Huge shout out to Waylon. And Waylon, you got to come to the shop with your dad. Next month, we're going to have something here called a junior dragster. And I want you to see it. It's really kind of cool. I think you might like it. And they make great Christmas presents.
I think he needs one.
I think he needs one.
Man.
I mean, going around in circles is fine. But I mean,
car can't keep up with him.
I'm telling you.
Come on, Cole.
So get ready, Cole. It's a sickness. And I'm spreading it. All right. So,
that's too easy.
Yeah, that was good. Okay. Well, the Edge radio station making some big moves to a newer, faster server, and now we're in 12 countries, and the station grows every day. Lynn and my shows will also start being live in the next couple of weeks. I had to get some new equipment. I hadn't had really time to figure it out yet. That's what I was looking for, Jim. Thank you. Okay, let me finish this little thing. I had to get some new equipment. I hadn't figured out how to hook it all up yet, but I'm getting there. I have notes. Also, a big shout out to one of our new shows, which I talked about earlier, Real Pop Culture. These guys are hitting it hard and doing some really good numbers. Their audience is growing. I play their shows Monday at 7, and then their new show at 7, their last week's show at 8, so you can catch them both. And then I actually broke it with songs from Killj the other night, their band, Killj. Yeah. So it was kind of cool. Yeah. And then some Billy Squire and some other stuff. So, and you can find the Edge Radio on many new players. We will be having a new list out probably this weekend of all the other players and stations that you can listen to, or locations you can listen to the Edge Radio US. Every day, awesome music, talk shows, podcasts, day and night, 24/7. I'm happy. I'm digging it.
I'm digging it.
You liking it?
Yeah.
Also, if you have a podcast or you would like to do a live show, give me a shout. Let's see what we can do to get you set up. And you can start doing a show on the Edge Radio whenever you want. I'm easy. I want to add shows. I want to have 5 shows a night, 5 nights a week.
Well, you have about that.
The only thing I don't want is I had a couple of guys call me about political shows.
Oh, no.
I don't do politics and religion are things that I keep to myself. You know, I have my beliefs, but I anytime you deal with politics or religion, I feel that you have the opportunity to lose half your listeners.
That's right. Because somebody's going to get pissed off and the other side's going to get their feelings hurt.
Right.
Nobody wins.
Right. So I stay away from those, but cool things, drag racing, motocross, creepy stuff, pop culture, comic books, all kind of things like that, cigars, moonshine. We really like doing those. All right, now let me jump up here. Also, hold on, before I jump up there, I also forgot my commercial part of it. We are in 12 countries right now. If you have products or businesses that you would like to advertise, you can inbox me at Whiskey Cars and Cigars or at Southern Horror Queen, and we will send you the information on the advertising packets that we got. They're affordable. They're made for mom and pop businesses. They will help get your company out. We will have a commercial that we put into the lineup depending on the packet, the plan that you want. Your commercial may be playing once an hour, once every 3 hours, once every 6 hours, 4 times an hour, whatever you want. So as long as we continue to grow the station and we continue to grow our listeners, we can help you continue to grow your business. So inbox me if you've got any questions, and we will send you the information. It's cheap. It's not expensive. And actually, the money that we use on the commercials pretty much just pays for all the equipment that we're buying and keeping the network up, and our ASCAP and BMI fees for playing the awesome music that we're playing. All right. Now, East Coast Feuders last weekend. Charlie won with a 648. Billy Masiello, runner-up with a 711 in his nitro-injected small block. Damn, that's pretty good. He ran a 711 against Charlie's 648 with a nitro-injected small block. Charlie's got a huge, big block, blown injected car. So, yeah.
I told you he was pedaling it.
He was pedaling it. He was taking it easy on him. He was like Waylon. He didn't want to beat him too bad because that'd make him start at the end of the pack.
And just take him by one
lap. Just take him one lap. Notables were Ed Bliss Jr. ran his best at 729, 188 miles an hour. That's cool. Tim Tom Steed ran a 729. Bruce Hacker ran his new best at 721. 187. Don Landis ran 764 at 177 miles. Jim had some motor problems, but he went straight. Mike oh my God, it's another Italian. Giovanazzo. Mike, the Italian, went 806 at 169 miles an hour. So this event was helped, and some of the sponsors that work with the East Coast Fuelers are Alky Diggers, which Mike Chalandro. Yeah, Mike Chalandro is now. I will get a little political. Mike Chalandro is a huge Republican guy, and whenever I would call up to Alky Diggers, I would always ask if Bernie. I would tell him, I say, "Yeah, this is John. I'm calling on behalf of the Bernie Sanders Campaign Foundation, and would like to know if y'all would like to donate." So when Bernie Sanders was out, and Mike would get on the phone after the first couple of times, he would be throttling me, and I'd start laughing. Then after the Bernie Sanders was out of the thing, I called up one day, and I was looking for donations for Hillary Clinton. He got on the phone and lost it. So I like Mike.
You have to call him back.
Oh yeah, no, I started laughing when he was losing, and he realized who it was. S&W race cars, and they've got some nice parts. I've got some S&W parts on my. I got some parts on the Adrian Fury dragster that I ordered from S&W. The steering wheel and the spindles. They're strange spindles. I think they're strange spindles, but I got them from S&W because S&W was cheaper than strange. So East Coast Fuelers. These are some guys that they're friends of the show. We're hoping to do more with them in the future. They're a little far up the coastline for us. We're looking at Orange County, South Carolina Motorplex, Orangeburg, Carolina. I sat down and figured that I sat down and map quested that today, and from here to there is 786 miles one way. So that's an 11-hour drive.
So who's going with you?
Creel is going to be going with me, and I was going to let you take the Jezebel and go out there. And Godwin's going to be there to help. Godwin said that he was going to come help me. He didn't know if he would be driving his car, but he said if I was going to be there, he would come help me with the car. And I was excited about that. So, Steve Godwin has joined. Hey!
Yeah, y'all got to understand that
Ryan Carey is joined.
Hours in the vehicle with Big Johnny Blunder. Hellish.
We are going July 12th and 13th. It's a little bit further down the schedule. Let me get down my script a little more, and I'll tell you where I got all the dates in. Something's happening with my memory. It seems like I'm getting older. I'm remembering less. We need to get together and do a podcast with you just where you sit around and drink whiskey and discuss different kinds. Man, hell, I'm doing that right now. Hand me that Rick Mortis up there. Hand me that. This, Germ, this is Midnight Moonshine. If you look at the people who are watching the show and listening to the show, there's Ronnie and Lori Owens. They sent me a case of this after about my third or fourth show. It is awesome. This is NASCAR, or before it was NASCAR, Junior Johnson's family's recipe. This stuff is just killer. It's got a little piece of cinnamon in there, apple pie. And then my boy Wade Cuevas in the Kill, this is coconut moonshine. This stuff is awesome too, but they don't go together. And this germ, this is called, well, I like to call this rigor mortis. This is 135 octane, proof. And when you drink a little bit of it, it starts to set in right after a couple of minutes. So rigor mortis is what I call that one. This one is water, which after touching that rigor mortis bottle, I needed a little bit. I could feel it just through the glass. I could feel it.
It is pretty evil.
Man, it's bad. It's good, but it's tough. I bet I can crank the dragster with that.
You are not putting that in the dragster.
All right. Also would like to, for everybody other than our buddy at East Coast Feelers, and I've got some more stuff that we're going to be talking about them in just a minute. But I also wanted to remind everybody, I see my buddy Rick Moore is joining, and Rick, I'm sorry I don't have my phone in here tonight. I left it in the shop and it's raining, and I didn't want my lovely wife to have to walk out through the sand and everything to get it. I didn't want to put her out. But check out Extreme Outlaw Pro Mods. They have an event coming up August 25th at Piedmont Dragway. Check out the Extreme Outlaw Pro Mods Summer Shootout. I've got a link for it on the Whiskey Cars and Cigar page, and I will have a link on the Edge Radio US page. I have to say Edge Radio US because that's the name of our station. The Edge Radio is owned by Clear Channel Communications, so I don't want to do anything to step on their patented, copyrighted, trademarked. Yes. So the Edge Radio US is the Edge Radio United States, or us, or unsatisfactory. And you can come up with anything US.
Like Ricky Bobby's me.
Yeah, Ricky Bobby. They are me, us. But anyway, I spoke with Rick Moore this week, and he will be, he should be calling into the show, but I kind of messed that up. We'll be talking more about this series as it comes along. They've got a couple other races over the next few weeks. And he is also going to have some of the drivers calling in. So I'm looking forward to that.
You're going to stir something up with them drivers. I see that coming.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm back again saying I also spoke with Steve Godwin, and we may be looking at sneaking the front engine dragsters in this series if we can figure out how to get the excitement built up at the Extreme Outlaw Pro Mods. I think when they get later into the late rounds, when the time between the last 8 cars, they have less time to get ready or maybe the last 16 cars. I think that would be a great time for us to be able to do some stuff with front engine dragsters. Don't know, just going to see what we can do. Try a little something.
Okay.
But yeah, I like that. I think that'd be nice. Everything's better when you add a front engine dragster to it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, here's my notes on Cecil County. I couldn't find it. Or Cecil County Raceway. Yeah, I couldn't find it. Jim Felix, Charlie Raphael Benson, Jim Cummins, these events, Raphaela's apple cider donuts. I had that in my notes, Raphaela. Hey, by the way, I didn't see those socks this week in the videos. All right, I got this now. We're going to be putting some hard time in on the dragster for the next 24 days, getting everything ready for the ADRL US Drags July 13th and 14th at South Carolina Motorplex in Orangeburg, South Carolina. We'll have the complete rundown on next week's show, and we'll be also be talking with the people at the ADRL and drivers who will be attending this event. I do want to remind everybody about, we were talking about the Vampire Chassis Rat Rod a little while ago. I want to remind everybody about the Vampire Chassis Rat Rod raffle. Vampire chassis rat rod raffle. It's on the Vampire Chassis Waffle group page, but I'll also be sharing that on the Whiskey Cars and Cigars and the Vampire Chassis page. We originally were going to do the drawing on that chassis June 1st. But we have a couple of people who have bought tickets on it that are on the other side of the country. And one of the things about this is we are paying the winner will not only get a chassis powder coated the color that they want, it will also be shipped to them. And when I started running the dollar amounts and the number amounts, we just hadn't sold enough tickets to get it, to cover our cost and to get the chassis out there. So we're going to extend that to the first show in July and do the I saw the fly and do the drawing then. So it's going to give us a little more time. So if you know anybody that wants to buy or wants to enter, please inbox me or IM me.
When are you moving to
July, the first week's like the second, I think, is a Wednesday.
I thought that was the original.
No, it was June. June 1st was, but we're moving it to July. So we want to do that. If you bought a ticket and you don't want to wait and you want you want me to refund you for your tickets, just shoot me an inbox and I'll do that to you. I'll do that for you. But this is a really good deal. Entries is for one of our Drop Z Rat Rod chassis. Entries are $20 each, or if you buy 6, it's $100. So you get one free one. If you buy 5, you get one free. So you get an extra. And that's what I said earlier in the show. After looking at those high dollar chassis at the car show in Port Gibson last week, man, my chassis are way ahead of the game. They're way ahead of those.
There wasn't much to them chassis.
No, they were plain Jane and
Dollar store.
well, but those were high dollar chassis.
But they just look
Yeah, but just the some of the skull and the splash plates that we use on our the accents. The accents are what really make it look good.
right.
So yeah, this if you're looking for a great foundation to start your next project, a Vampire Chassis Rat Rod chassis, Drop Z Rat Rod chassis is a perfect start. So let's see, $20 each, 6 for $100. I hope a lot of people want this. And hey, Father's Day is coming up. If your father's looking, or somebody, your husband, or is looking at starting a new project, this would be a great foundation. $20 entry, that's not too bad.
That's right.
And we sell the chassis for $850, and we powder coat them, and just all the accents we drill them, thread it, put thread inserts in it for you to run your lines down the sides without having to drill any holes in. The chassis you don't have to weld anything. The 4-link brackets are there, or the triangulated 4-link brackets are there. All you have to do is bolt the front axle up, and you can bolt everything on. You may have to, no, you don't even have to do that. Unless I drill the wrong size holes for where your cab mount is, the body that you're mounted on it. But, you auger, you drill it out a little bit. But we're always looking for more people to get into cars. That's what we like. So contact us about information on that. And if you need any parts, we can hook you up with some parts. If you're looking for bodies, if you're looking for used parts, we have a ton of people. So we can probably help you find some parts to help you save some money as well. And if you need new parts, you can use our Racers Direct discount code WCC, and that gives you 5% off and free shipping on whatever you order. That's at racerdirect.net. So what about you? You had an incredible, I've been looking at your show, and you're picking up about 6,000 people a week.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy. I don't think you're that funny. Oh, wow, apple pie moonshine. Oh, yeah, Jerm. I'll make that happen. They gave me a taste of coconut moonshine. You got that taste from Josh TKO Turner, didn't you? Because I gave him a bottle of it.
Yep.
Damn TKO. Josh is always handing out that. You know what happened? Wanda wouldn't let him drink it.
Oh, I doubt that.
I doubt that seriously.
Hey, Jessica White McCrane has joined.
Hey.
Jessica was let's talk a little bit. I was going to say, let's talk about a little bit of horror. But while we were in Port Gibson, they had the haunted tour,
Yes.
and we went on it,
We did.
and we saw some kind of creepy stuff.
It was crazy. I loved it.
I tell you, once I got back, and I still haven't looked at all the pictures that I took at the places we were on the computer, but I have seen some iffy stuff on some of those pictures, and I saw some of the pictures you took, and there was some real iffy stuff on it.
And there wasn't no iffy. The orbs, oh, they're there. They're just flat out.
But Jessica is
Josh's.
Josh's wife, and they were very, very excellent tours, excellent tour
I
guides.
was impressed with both of them.
They had a lot of knowledge. They did. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. But let me get about that. All right. I got my little notes here, and I keep jumping ahead. I keep talking. Being I wrote them and they're in my head, I keep going ahead of things. I see that. I also saw that your show was very popular at the villages in Florida, and also a ton of paranormal groups have been joining and following you.
Yes.
And then with that being said, we took an awesome haunted tour in Port Gibson last weekend. So see, I jumped ahead on my notes. There's the stuff on the pictures. So we had a good time.
We did.
What would you like to say about that?
Of course, I'm going to want to talk about the most vivid experience that I had there. Are you okay with that? With the dream?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. I mean, it might have been something I ignored that you said, but go ahead. I'm sure it'll come to me when you say it.
So we're staying in this bed and breakfast that I'm not going to call the name out because I've been informed that the owners aren't really into the ghost thing, but they kind of got their ears full all weekend with me because I kept seeing stuff, and so did Big Boy over there.
Yeah, sorry I called the name out of the bed and breakfast we stayed at the beginning of the show.
Well,
I wasn't privy to that information.
Well, I think they're coming around at this point anyway. But I saw a whole bunch of stuff there on the property while he was giving us the walk through the main house, and was able to pick up on a few things. But that night, when we came back and went to bed, I woke John up calling for Mama in my sleep, but I wasn't calling for my mama. And before he could wake me up, I'm sure that I said it out loud. Mama, they're hurting me. Mama, they're putting needles in me. And I could see through this person's eyes, and they were waving their hands in front of their face. And as they waved their hands, they were vanishing. But everything else in the room was still vivid. So by then, John's got me awake. And the first thing I could think to do is I sat up in bed and looked at my hands to make sure they were still there. Yeah, that was crazy. But it was somebody in that house that decided they wanted for someone to experience or to see their death. So
hey, Uncle Jesse.
Crazy.
I see Uncle Jesse's joined in.
Uncle Jesse.
Thank you, Uncle Jesse, for saving the moment. Uncle Jesse, if you can type while you're listening to me talk, Uncle Jesse, type in something for me. Last weekend they had a memorial drag race for a friend of Uncle Jesse's at somewhere in Alabama.
It wasn't Atmore, was it?
No, it wasn't Atmore. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a friend of Jesse's who had passed, and they were doing a memorial race for Johnny, I think was his name. They were doing a memorial race for him, and from what I saw, it looks like they had a real good time. They had a real good turnout. The family will keep in our prayers, but the family was really happy, and it was a really good little event. But Uncle Jesse always has good events. Uncle Jesse always has good events.
One day we'll get over there to meet him.
Yeah, we will. Tommy Jones. It was in Section, Alabama. It was for Tommy Jones, and Tommy Jones was one of the racers that had raced with Uncle Jesse all these years. And I don't know if Tommy had raced with Uncle Dub, D.W. Heron is joined. I don't know if he had raced with Kim Moranto is back in. Yeah, I know, exactly. Kim said, enjoy your hemp oil. Sand Mountain Dragway. She loves that, Hemp Works. That's it, the Hemp Works hemp oil. Hey, Daddy, are you going to be in town next weekend? I got back to Broussard today and try to come in by Friday or Saturday to check out your operation. If it's not raining, that sounds great. I will shoot you a message or give you a call tomorrow. Did you hear my message a few minutes ago about the moving the date up back on the Rat Rod to the 1st of July? We had some people on the other side of the country that had come in, and we just didn't have enough people for. I'm trying to figure if in case that person wins, I want to make sure we had shipping out there. So if you get a chance, touch base with me tomorrow, Ronnie, and we'll talk. Let's see, Jesse, Sand Mountain Dragway. Anybody? What I was talking about? Tommy Jones. I don't know if Ronnie Sandifer and all those guys race with him. So yeah, our thoughts and prayers are best wishes with the family. And like I said, it was really something good that Uncle Jesse did. Jesse Holmes. I love that guy. I don't know anybody else named Jesse, so that's why I call him Uncle Jesse.
Okay.
So, I do know somebody named Jesse, but you have to keep him away from the goats. At the Southern Outlaw Gassers Facebook page, Tommy had the black and white 50 Corvette. He and his wife Jan had car for 25 years, raised school businesses, married in Section, Alabama. Uncle Jesse said, thank you, and Lynn, as always. Hey, Uncle Jesse, anything we can do to help. And yeah, Kim.
Welcome to his world.
Welcome to my world, everybody. I just don't even know what else to talk. I'm lost.
Talk about the turtle.
No, I'm not talking about the turtle. Listen to this crap. This doesn't have to do with anything about, in fact, it does have to do about whiskey. I got to drink some right now. Okay. Guy in Bush, Louisiana has found this huge loggerhead turtle in a pond.
I guess.
In a river. And he pulled it out of the river. It was a big turtle, and it had a finger in its mouth. And the police around Bush, the sheriff's department thing around Bush, have been checking all the hospitals to see if anybody had come in with a missing finger, and they haven't. So I assume
they're trying to fingerprint it.
They're trying to fingerprint it to find out who it is. They're trying to fingerprint it. You can't make this stuff up. CNN couldn't make this stuff. This is an actual story. So they're trying to fingerprint the finger that the turtle had in its mouth. So I guess tomorrow they'll be dragging the river trying to find a fingerless guy.
Somebody messed with the wrong person.
Yeah, somebody.
Turtle couldn't put the whole hand in its mouth.
Lots of people, Uncle Jesse saying, lots of people headed to Bowling Green for the Hot Rod reunion. Yes, they are. 30,000 people. Ken Thibodeau and Sandy Thibodeau are already there. I think David Shurey said that he was leaving Friday. Brian Creel is headed that way. I know a lot of people that are headed out there. Me, I have to stay here and work. All work.
Well, you just got back.
I know, I got back. I got to work this weekend because we took off last weekend. We went away last weekend. And if I miss one day in the shop, that's 3 days that I have to recover. And then if it's a sandblasting day that I miss because of rain, I coat the day after I sandblast, and then I sandblast again the day after that. So that puts me back almost a week if I have one rain day. And we've got rain every day so far. Well, it didn't rain Monday, did it?
Yes.
Oh, every day so far. So let's see. Bill Zile will be there. Tommy Killingsworth, I don't know if he's going to be there. Bill Zile will be running the Geezer Gassers, the KZ Willis. I think Ronnie Sandiford is out there. Frankie Allen's out there. So yeah, I think there's a bunch of people from here that went out there. I would have loved to gone out there. My brother Johnny Jenkins will be there, but got to stay here for the weekends that we're gone. We got to stay here and work so we can do that. So it's not all fun and games, everybody. And then I'm still married to her at the end of the day. I tell you. But I got a message from Britt Cummins. They've been on the road. Britt Cummins, Slate Cummins, Cole Cummins, and Cummins Motorsport have been on the road for the last 2 weeks. Britt said they have a little time home now, so I'll be getting fuel in.
The gypsies made it.
The gypsies made it back. But Cole Cummins has been killing it the last 2 weekends. He's been doing really well. Slate won everything last weekend.
Got jealous.
Yeah. Brent is got the race tied with Johnny Brackett Reza Ezel, who still won't call into the show because his sister keeps him really busy, and he can't call into the show.
Something about needlepoint.
Yeah, she's teaching him how to crochet or something. It's just unbelievable. But Brittany said she may call in.
Okay.
Yeah, she said she may call in and
That's
talk
better
to us a little bit.
right.
So that we get it right from her. So that'll be good. Suzanne Jones said, "Ooh, oh, she's listening to who is it? Ooh, Smokey Robinson. Ooh, baby. Think that's what she means?
No.
Oh, okay. But no, it's
Probably wishing she hadn't went there.
yeah, she's probably not. Oh, she says, poor Lynn, my butt,
That
poor
starts
John.
at 5 o'clock in the morning, Susie. Every morning.
Yeah, I know, Ronnie. We're having problems right now with that
With what?
sandblasting.
No.
I got a Dodge grill and a Dodge truck grill from a '79 Power Wagon grill, window chrome, and all that powder coated today. And it took all day to do it because I had to do everything in the 8-foot oven. And I had to do it basically 1 or 2 pieces at a time because it's so thin, I had to watch and keep checking it to make sure that it didn't get too hot and flatten out. So, but it looks good. He's supposed to pick it up tomorrow. He'll be happy.
Of course it looks good.
Let's see. Uncle Jesse, shoot me another one. Mark your calendar. Southern Outlaw Gassers GBO8 will be October 19th and 20th in Atmore. We are at Gulf Coast Fan Fest October
Oh God.
12th and 13th.
I haven't got.
Yes,
it
12th,
yet.
12th and 13th. And then October, I think the 19th and 20th, we might be off.
Mhm. It is October.
But then we have Night Risers at 27th and 28th. So yeah, we'll have to check that.
October's kind of hairy.
That's since Lynn's a creepy chick, everybody wants her with her horror stuff there for their events.
It's Vampire Christmas.
It's a Vampire Christmas. That's it. Speaking of Vampire Christmas, have you heard from Sal Lizard?
I have not heard from Sal.
He's supposed to be starting his movie Vampire Santa real soon.
Well, I need to get in on that.
Well, you need to call him. Hey, but if you didn't get to see it, I want to show everybody what I'm proud of again, in case you're tuning in later. This is the beautiful plaque that they gave us for the Adrian's Fury Dragster for attending the third annual Windsor.
Car, truck and motorcycle show. Well, you keep saying it wrong.
But you keep talking while I'm talking.
It's my job.
And y'all wonder why I'm looking for a nice Puerto Rican woman. But isn't this great? I love it. I'm going to find me a Puerto Rican.
You go right on ahead.
they've got.
You're gonna have a special beef stew. Watch.
You gonna make me grits?
I'll make you some grits.
Boil some fingers.
Yeah, don't boil no fingers. Still dead at 5. I'm still dead at 5. Susan Jones. I don't know either. But I'm getting thumbs up. I'm getting all kind of thumbs up. But all right.
She's still dead in the bed at 5.
Okay,
He's
okay.
not.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Ronnie Dean. RD is joined in. Thank you for joining, RD. But yeah, so we're gonna kind of wrap it up here, and Susan Jones, she tagged, said something else. He hasn't gotten all the funding. As positive backed out. Oh, that must be for Salazar. That's it. Okay, that's his last sponsor backed out on the movie. Okay. Oh, that is bad. That's bad. I hate that. But we'll be seeing them at.
Probably see him at Night Riders.
Ronnie Dean. He's one of the Southern Outlaw Gassers. Hey, did you go to? Are you mobile in Bowling Green, or you stay at home? So I won't feel so bad if Ronnie Dean stay at home. At least there'd be 2 of us that aren't there. Well, 3. Kim Moranto's not there either. So there's 3 of us. Uncle Jesse's probably going. But like I said, I was gone last weekend, so I got to work this weekend. All right, I'm fixing to close this up. Is there anything you'd like to say?
No.
I tell you what, man, I really enjoy doing this show every week. We've got a lot of people listening tonight. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day and your life to listen to the ramblings of an old man and arguing with his wife while drinking moonshine. But hey, I'm not smoking a cigar tonight. But like I said, I really thank you for taking the time out to listen to us. Don't forget about our little radio station that we got, the Edge Radio US. It's a rock and roll station, but we're actually taking and we're changing not changing music formats. We're adding some new stuff, pulling some old stuff out. We're going to make it a very user-friendly radio station, a good playlist, different times of the day for different things. So I really hope everybody enjoys it. Thank you for tuning in. I'll drink a little bit of moonshine for all of you. But yeah, if you're going to Bowling Green, please drive carefully because I don't want to lose any listeners and I want everybody to return safe. Also, if you go to Bowling Green, be looking for my brother. His name's Johnny Jenkins. He'll be somewhere close next to Ken Thibodeau. He's a flat top hair guy. If you see him, he'll probably be wearing a hat. $50 for whoever steals that hat. He's going to kill me. So thank you. I got a couple more. Good night, John. Good night, Uncle Jesse. Hey, boss. Thank you for the support, John. That's from East Coast Fuelers, our buddy Jim Cummins. Man, anything we can do to support you guys, we're there. That's what we're here for. And also, we hope that we can get up there or y'all can get closer to us or we can do something together. Susie, you and Mike, we can't wait to see y'all. And y'all have a great evening. And I really, once again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for giving me your time and listening to me rant and talk about this stuff. And we'll have more on the show next week. And don't forget, we're going to sign out with our song by Kill J, our opening and closing song. And remember, race in peace. Good night, everybody. I had fun. That was good. I like that. Good night, Germ. That's Germ playing the guitar right there. Song never gets old. Good night, everybody.